So I'm gonna give you your tomato growing tip for the day, and that is always make sure your vine is clear of the lower branches. By clearing these lower branches, you're increasing the circulation of airflow, which keeps down pest pressures, it keeps down fungus, disease. Keep those lower branches gone. If you have any branch on a tomato vine that touches the ground, that is the wrong answer. And if anything like this guy right here pops up almost overnight like they do sometimes, pinch them off and get rid of them. Hey guys, welcome to the Homestead. So today I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant. And it's because I was on Twitter just today and I saw it was posting by someone who I follow, and they had shared a video from Fran Lab. But if you've never watched Fran Lab, I've just learned about her recently. But she basically has a channel. She talks about art and music and things like that, you know. Anyway, she talked about how YouTube is now going pay to play. And what she talked about in that video has been actually out for about a year or so, where YouTube has allowed people to come in and pay for their content to be seen by more people. This is something that Facebook did a while back, and this is one of the main reasons I quit Facebook. Because when I could no longer make any money, when I could no longer promote my business, and I was absolutely shadow banned, I was like, okay. There's no reason for me to be here. I'm not here for the drama and all of the arguing and stuff that goes on Facebook. It's nonsense. It's a big, gigantic time suck. It's a waste. You people who are still hanging out on that trash can of a social media website called Facebook, I pity you. Because there's no benefit to that. You can keep track and still stay in touch with friends that you have through other means. You don't have to do it through Facebook. The only thing I sometimes kind of miss is Facebook Marketplace, but that's it. Anyway, all that to say, the reason I'm making this video today is I'm looking at where we are in the economy and, you know, the things I want to concentrate on as a homesteader. And okay, I'm going to be forced to go a different direction on some things. And I want to be able to do that in a way that I can still maintain at least part of my audience and talk about things I want to talk about, especially talk about things I want to talk about, because there's a lot of things you can't talk about here on YouTube. And that's one of the reasons why things have gotten so screwy. I've known for years that everything, it's like the stock market. Listen, 1986, the plunge protection team was created. The stock market is a completely rigged casino. It's the same thing because they just started discovering algorithms. And these algorithms today have been made and created in such a way where you can make things seem different than what they actually are in reality. And that is what YouTube has become, along with so many other things in our life. So, all of that to say, and I have a kind of a direction where I want to go with this video, so stick with me here. I want to, Twitter, the other day I put out a video, okay, and it got only 4,000 some views at the time that I'm talking about this, okay. And on Twitter, the engagement, I mean, it was shared and retweeted. It got 17,000 interactions. But it only had 4,000 views on YouTube. Plus, you know, other places where people find my videos or see my videos, wherever. I mean, I have known for a long time that my views on my channel for my videos are a lot less than what they actually are. I have had so many people comment and say, Zach, why are you deleting my comments? I'm not deleting your comments. That's YouTube doing that. People like, Zach, how did you unsubscribe me? I don't have that ability. YouTube did that. Okay, so everything is smoke and mirrors. Nothing is for real anymore. They do this to certain people that they don't like, and they're doing it for a monetary reason as well. They want to be able to get as much money. I've made this point before in my videos. I have been in the advertising world. I have worked in the advertising world. I have done ad campaigns for Royal Caribbean, Marvel Comics, Brown Shoe Company, which is a worldwide distributor of shoes. You probably shopped at Famous Footwear and other places like that. That's all owned by Brown Shoe Company. I think they changed their name back in 2015 to Sorales or something like that. But I have done major marketing and advertising campaigns. I have worked for major advertising companies. I've done major ad projects for major companies. I know what they pay to get their brand in front of a lot of people. And when when you make a video that gets like 500,000 views or even 100,000 views, I mean, you pay crazy money for that ability. And the creators of YouTube get pennies in comparison. I remember, you know, back when I was in St. Louis working for an ad firm, I learned what it cost to have one ad displayed for one game at Busch Stadium, St. Louis Cardinals. It was crazy amounts of money. I don't remember what it was. It was crazy amounts of money. And that stadium at its maximum only holds around 50,000 people. I have lots of videos that have gotten in front of 50,000 people. And I don't make near the amount of money it cost to put it. That was back in the day. Who knows what it is today. You know, what it costs to get your ad in front of 50,000 people at a stadium one game. So where does the money go? Well, YouTube, like all companies, has gotten completely bloated. And when a company or a government gets completely bloated with personnel that really don't do anything, it's really hard for them, unless they're forced to get rid of that personnel. I mean, Twitter is a prime example. Recently, when Elon Musk came in, he fired like over half the staff, and nothing catastrophic happened. That's how much bloat was in Twitter.
What would you say you do here?
And so they're bloated. And so all this money gets sucked in by that bloat and used by that bloat. And, you know, they get greedy. And because they, you know, they're getting all of this ad revenue, they want more and more and more. And so now they're pay to play. And Fran Lab, that video that was put out by her, she makes the point that now that she has a promotions tab up on her content creator section of her YouTube channel. You know, on the back end, when you log in, there's a little promotions tab. She didn't have that before. Now, YouTube has been selectively giving this to certain channels over the years. I don't have that tab. I don't have that tab. You know why? Because I don't play by the rules. I put out content that is deemed controversial. I knew, you know, some years ago, I had a little blue-haired keyboard commando at YouTube who probably had its beef against me. And ever since I did that video years ago, when Target, you know, made that whole hubbub about bathrooms, I have been completely shadow banned and tormented. My channel been locked out numerous times, and all this insanity. That's why, you know, there's no set regulations or protocols on how channels are treated at YouTube, because it's just, you know, whatever blue-haired keyboard commando that day wants to torment the channel, they're allowed to do so. And it was the same thing going on at Twitter. You know, and it's still happening at Twitter in some aspects. But my point is that there are no guidelines. The guidelines are whatever that blue-haired keyboard commando wants it to be for that day. Okay. And so because I have seen more and more channels get strikes and either taken off YouTube or deplatformed, whatever, and understanding where this is going, because here's the deal. I've said before on my channel, we are going to all have to take a bite of that crap sandwich of the economy that is coming, and all YouTube is going to feel it too. And so you have to start making arrangements and strategize. Okay, what are we going to do? How am I going to do these things? And so I want to be able to figure out where we're going from here. I want to be able to revamp my website. I'm going to be doing that soon. I'm going to be putting myself out there as a consultant that can be hired in the Ozarks for people who want help on their homesteads, to be able to strategize about different certain things, whether it be about resources or defense or other things like that, where they can hire me to come out and just do a walkthrough and say, give my suggestions, and then have them be able to pay for that. Because I've had a lot of people over the years who've wanted that, wanted me to do that, and I'm like, I got too much going on, but I got to look at how I can, you know, stay busy. Because I see in these days that we're living in, the revenue that YouTube provides, or even Patreon provides, because Patreon's doing the same sort of censorship. Some people are moving to locals and, you know, whatever. But, I mean, I'm keeping everything where it is right now, but I'm slowly going to transition into different things so that I can be able to maintain content, produce content, and then still connect in some way to my audience. That's where we're at right now. I just find it funny. I think this whole promotions thing is killing really two birds with one stone. Number one, it's allowing YouTube to get additional revenue from people who will pay to play, because they have a budget. There are people out there, content creators, who are really well off. And a lot of the content creators who have been targeted, a lot of the bigger ones are like, you know what, I don't need your ad revenue anyway, it's just crumbs. So I'll just put product placements in my videos. Teespring or Patreon or different products that companies come to you with, Genesis Gold Group. And so I don't need your crumbs anymore. I'll do my own thing. And so these people are like, you know what? We're just going to algorithmic down your views. And if you want people to still find you, well, you're going to now have to pay to promote your videos. And they're doing it slowly and surely over time, so it's not so more easily noticed. But people like FranLab and others who show the data of their views have figured this out. They know how to read numbers. And they're like, we know we're being played. And we know you're keeping all the money for our views. And we know what advertising agencies charge to get products in front of people. YouTube, it's like, MySpace didn't last forever. Facebook's not going to last forever either. And nor is YouTube. So it's just a matter of, okay, what do I do from here? How do I love homesteading. And I love sharing homesteading with people. This is my passion. This is what I love. And I want to be able to help others figure that out as well and give them the best shot that they can have at success. And we're all going to learn together. I'm still learning things. I don't know everything. And it's all an adventure. And the key is to enjoy the ride that you're on. Okay, leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I mean, it's funny, man. I sometimes I'll get... the numbers just don't add up. The numbers just don't add up. But I know people watch my videos. I went to the Homesteading Expo last year. I'm going to be going again this year. And I mean, my tent last year was absolutely packed. You wouldn't know it by my videos because, I mean, after 4,000 or 5,000 videos or views, or spread throughout the country. I mean, how many people can actually be watching you? I know the numbers are fake. Other channels know the numbers are fake. But I appreciate those who support my channel and support my content, and who enjoy the content, and who comment below, and who share the content on other social media websites, even if I'm shadow banned there. I appreciate the shares. So continue to do that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you've been subscribed and you've been unsubscribed, make sure you subscribe again and hit that bell. Wow, what a time to be living in. All right, guys, let me know what you think below. Let me know what you think. If you have a favorite channel that has been shadow banned, let me know in the comments below. You should go out and check out that video by the FranLab. I'll put a link to it in the description, or you can just search for it. Here's the screenshot. Check that video out. She goes by the numbers. It's very, very fascinating. All right, guys. See you next time in the Homestead. Bye. It's 2023, and the banks are continuing to struggle and fail. The bottom line on why our country is in so much financial trouble is that we have for years not lived within our means. Government spending in Congress is out of control, and government printing of US dollars has reached no limits. For only the second time in history, we have more debt than our GDP. That means we owe more money than our country is actually worth. See, it used to be said that the US dollar was backed by the gross domestic product. But when the debt exceeds that amount, it's no wonder why so many countries are now refusing to trade in that ever-increasingly worthless currency. That's why you need to safeguard your wealth. You've worked and saved your entire life, and now it's all at risk. Genesis Gold Group is a faith-based business that will help you move your assets into physical gold and silver. Precious metals have stood the test of time during economic failures all throughout history. Call Genesis Gold Group today and let them develop a strategy for your savings, 401k, or self-directed IRA. A strategy of physical gold and silver. You can call the number on the screen or visit them at genesisgoldgroup.com, and be sure to say you heard about them from an American Homestead. Hey guys, did you know you can become a patron of an American Homestead? They get access to private videos, and we send them gifts from the homestead that we make here on the homestead. And we also enter our patrons into special giveaways that are only available to them. And before you go, please check out these other great videos. Go ahead, click. Oh wait.